Alrighty. Yo, what is up, YouTube? Today is a very special day. I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little dormant on my channel, but like I said, today is a very special day, and I have quite the story time to tell you guys. This is my first story time, so bear with me. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but yeah, we're just gonna get right into this. Also, hope you guys are having a great Valentine's Day. Hope you guys got something from your significant other or gave something to them. Hope it's going pretty lovely, no pun intended. And like I said, we're just gonna get right into this. Alright, so this story takes place about 2 years ago, my sophomore year of high school. And this is around like Halloweenish time, like literally the day of Halloween. And so before that, like the month of October, I was talking to this girl. She was a freshman a year under than me. And for the sake of this story, we're gonna call her Hannah. And so I was talking to Hannah, we were just trying to see what's up with each other at least. We were just talking like normal people do, and I was like, yeah, sure, you want to go out. So then the day of Halloween, I ended up asking her out, and we were fine and everything, right? And so we were just doing our thing, hanging out, trying to be like normal couples and everything. And then we lasted up until, February. But like a month before that, in January, one of my closest friends, we're gonna call him Jacob for the sake of this story, he was acting a little sus. Jacob and Hannah started getting a little buddy, a little too close for my liking. And you can call me a little jealous, because they were just talking to each other. I didn't think much of it, but I was kind of like, had that gut feeling something was off, but I just chose to ignore it. And then, yeah, so a little more time passed, and then Jacob ended up staying over at my house, and he had his phone, or he had like two phones, and he let me borrow one because I got my phone taken away at the time. And he didn't sign out of his Instagram account, and I was kind of on it, and I noticed that Jacob and Hannah had been exchanging messages ever since I had gotten with her. So this is like November 1st, like the day after Halloween, literally right after her and I got together. So to my shock, I was surprised, obviously, because I told him about my relationship and everything, and I was saying it was going good, and he knew everything that was going on about the relationship because he was like my closest friend, and he pretty much knew the ins and out of our relationship. And then once I started getting sus of him or like suspicious, I was like, yo, do you know anything what's going on? And seeing if he would kind of tell me. I tried to like let him know that I knew, but I didn't want to say it or anything. Because I saw the messages through his account, but he didn't notice, or he didn't know that I had his account. So I just kind of sat there and waited to see if he would tell me. And then I was not gonna lie, a little time passed, and then it got more suspicious. And I was like, yo, if I catch you or like see you've been doing anything or talking to her behind my back, I'm literally gonna beat you up. And obviously, I didn't use that kind of language, but for the sake of YouTube, I did. Oh wow, that was a really bad shot. Anyway, for the sake of YouTube, that's the kind of language I use. And he was like, no, bro, I'm not like that. I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna trust you on this one. And then a little bit more time comes, and this is about December in the messages between them, where I saw that they started like flirting with each other while Hannah was still with me. And by with each other, I mean Jacob and Hannah, just in case I didn't make that clear. So they started flirting with each other while Hannah was still with me. And I was watching the messages like in real time as they were happening, because like I pulled up the chat from his phone that he let me use. So while he had his other phone texting her, I had the chat open on my side, just watching it happen. And he didn't, and like no, neither of them knew that I saw the messages. And so I don't think they knew that I knew about everything. So eventually, when I broke things off and told her about everything, how I knew they were texting each other, and that they were trying to keep it a secret behind my back, Jacob literally didn't come to school the next day because he knew that I was gonna beat him up. And this kind of sucked because I've known Jacob since kindergarten. We've been kindergarten through 6th grade, and then we didn't go to the same school 7th and 8th. But then we had like 3 classes freshman year, and then sophomore year we had like 1 or 2 classes. So we were still kind of close, or as close as I thought we were. And then, it just sucks because I was literally like his brother because we grew up together. And I didn't think he could do something to me like that, and that just hurt me a lot inside. And yeah, pretty much we had like a pretty big friend group between he and I. But after that happened, like we all got separated, and like our huge circle got split in half, and we were just taking, or they were just taking sides of who they thought was in the right. And pretty much yeah, Hannah and Jacob used me to get closer to each other. And I guess they had their eyes on each other for a minute, but the common factor, or one of them at least, was me. So she started like flirting with me to get to know me a little bit, to where I would catch feelings and eventually ask her out. And then behind my back, they would start hanging out and start texting just to get a feel for each other. And pretty much they both used me in order to get what they wanted. And I didn't think that would happen because I believe that everybody gets a second chance, right? And so the first time, like, he already used his first chance. So the chance that I cut him off with was the second chance. The first time, or the first chance that I gave him that he broke was him doing the same thing that he did to me, was to another close friend of mine. We're going to call him Matt for this story. And I've known Matt since 5th grade up until now. And he did the same thing to me. He did the same thing to me that he did to Matt a year before. And we were kind of split, and Matt and Jacob just stopped talking to each other, obviously because of what happened. And I was torn because they were both my closest friends that I knew, and I didn't know whose side to take. So I just tried to be the middleman and be on, like, still be everybody's friend without having to choose a side. And that was the chance, like, that was his one mess up that I gave him. So the second chance was a year after, where he ends up doing the same thing to me. And that's when I decided that just wasn't healthy for me, and that I should just cut things and let things go. Because unfortunately, that's just how people are. I'm not saying everybody in general, like everybody's close friend or whatever, but some people just don't see what they have until it's gone. And I just don't know what I did to deserve that. And I'm not trying to be here and play the victim, but I know it's kind of like an anti-Valentine's Day story, but I figured it was a better day than most to let this out for those who may not know, who know me personally, just in case they're still wondering on the fact, even though it's been a few years. But yeah, this was pretty much what happened, and how I lost my closest friend, almost brother. And like I'm still, like, low key still in shock of what happened, because it just doesn't make sense on how he could do that. I tried to, like, I literally told him all my secrets. He was the first person I came to talk to whenever I needed help. And given, like, people around me, it probably wasn't the best, like, person in general to talk to, but he was just the closest that I felt to. And I just didn't know who else I was going to talk to without making it a big deal, because I just needed to get it off my chest sometimes. And so yeah, it was a little off, but other than that, like, after that happened, I just started focusing on myself. Like, as I'm sure some of you may know, if not, I'm gonna tell you right now. But I dropped some merch. Yeah, it's a little early. I'm only like 50 subscribers right now. It's a little early to be dropping merch. I have the website posted on my Instagram story, but I'll throw a picture up on screen for you guys just so you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, ever since then, I've just been trying to focus on myself, build my YouTube channel like I've been trying from the beginning. But at least this way I have more focus. I don't have to worry about any drama that he's having. Yeah, I mean Jacob. And, it turns out they only lasted like a few more months after that, and then they broke up. And then Jacob recently hit me up like 2, 3 weeks ago, talking about how he misses me and everything, and how he wants to just rekindle what we had and everything. And I was just telling him, like, you can't go around and do that to me. For as long as we've been friends, for you to allow that to happen, like, that's stupid. And it would be stupid of me to keep letting him do that, or just to take him back in after that's what he did to me. So yeah, I just been trying to focus on myself and not really care about, like, having friends at least. And Matt, yeah, what was I gonna say about Matt? I just had it. Yeah, Matt was cool. Me and Matt were chill after that happened, and then he and I had a falling out recently, and that'll be saved for another story time. If you guys enjoy this one, please just like the video, comment down below what your favorite part was, and I'll be sure to drop another story time about what happened with me and Matt. And yeah, that'll be another story time on the channel if you guys would want it. Just make sure you let me know. It's probably repetitive of me saying that, but you know what I mean. Um, Other than that, it's Misty Reaper here. I didn't even introduce myself earlier, but you guys know who I am. And that was pretty much my story time of how I lost my best friend over a girl. Yeah, it's a stupid reason, but it's just a toxic person that I don't need in my life after I had given them a second chance. And again, this is like an anti-Valentine's Day story. It was like a breakup story, even though today's Valentine's Day. So I apologize for that. Unless you're single and you want to hear about this because you're jealous or angry at all the people that are taken today. In that case, I made this video for you and I hope you enjoy. And I'm out. Peace. I know I just ended the video right there, but here's the rest of this gameplay for you. I can't just end the video in the middle of a game, so I'm gonna just leave this on in the background, but the audio for this video is pretty much done. So if you want to stay and enjoy the rest of this game, then, please be sure to do so. It helps me and helps the channel grow a little bit more. The watch time increases, and I appreciate you guys for that. And yeah, that's gonna should be the end of this, and I hope you guys enjoy. See you in the next one.